Dragonstorm. Due to the scheming of vassals, an unwilling princess was sent to be married in a neighboring land. On the way to the wedding, her caravan was set upon by a gang of thieves hired to kill her. Against the determined brigands, the princess's gods had no defense. But as the death blow was about to be struck, a guard sacrificed his own life and summoned the storm dragon. By the time the storm dragon had slain all the bandits, the guard had breathed his last. The dragon imbued this hammer with his own strength and the soul of the soldier who had created him. Then, in accordance with the soldier's dying wish, the princess bore the hammer with her into battle, wreaking dread revenge on her treacherous vassals. Souldouser. A fearsome hammer that has the power to steal memories. With each blow of the weapon, the victim loses more of himself till he forgets his own identity. One day, a soldier who carried the burden of a sorrowful past acquired the hammer. He began to strike himself in the head so that one by one his memories began to disappear. But as each unhappy memory was extinguished, an earlier one welled up in its place. Deaths of his comrades, the unhappy decision to become a soldier, the murder of his parents. When at last all the sad thoughts were gone, and only the memories of a child full of hope and promise remained, it was too late. The soldier's skull was broken, and he fell over, dead. Treasure Builder. There was once a man who built beautiful buildings that became treasures of his kingdom. So many treasures did he create, people came to say that his hammer was a tool of the gods. But one day, a war broke out between his country and its neighbor. All the men of his kingdom were called to join the army, and the builder was no exception. The man who hated destruction was no warrior. In the midst of the war, the architect was killed, and the beautiful towns and buildings he created were reduced to mere broken rock. Until the moment of his death, the builder did not want to take another man's life. Will the next owner of the Hammer of the Gods be a lover of creation or destruction? Tyrant's Hammer. In a land ruled by a gang of demons, 10 young idealists resolved to take up this weapon and rise against the evil overseers. But not one of the cowed citizenry rose to fight with them. The human rebels were, nonetheless, victorious. The demons were vanquished. As the rebels rebuilt the government, all agreed the weapon they used was imbued with the power of God. But the young leaders began to forget their ideal world without fear. With secret informers and public executions, their rule turned into one of terror and tyranny. The people rose up against them. The 10 were arrested and sentenced to public execution. Once again, the people would witness the power of the weapon that had chased away the demons.